Hi, Aquarius. Welcome to Aries season. Well, I think that this is just what you needed. It's been a probably rough 12 months now. And now that you're in the Aries season, you can go ahead and move forward fearlessly and be able to harness the energy of the Aries that is your I said this with the Capricorn too. It's like your catalyst, and you kind of need to let go of everything that's happened in this last year and be able to almost shed it in a way. And kind of like, you know, how the ram is just like has that short hair and the strong horns, and it's like there's shedding anything that might not serve you, but keeping a strong head about yourself. And that way you can move forward fearlessly and very successfully. And I feel like that there just might be some strong crystal energy that might be able to just help you through this Aries season. And it might be just what you need for your fresh start. So I really wish you the best. And let's find out what crystal is going to help you the most in this Aries season. Peace and love. Malachite. Malachite is such a powerful, powerful crystal. It is completely made up of the same components. It's a copper mineral, so it has the same components as copper. But it is such an incredible stone for clearing, for healing. It's extremely powerful. So let's get started on it. First of all, I've never read this or seen this anywhere, but I highly recommend it. If malachite has come to you and you're in need of the healing, which usually when malachite comes into your awareness, it's usually because you're in need of some kind of physical or spiritual or mental healing, and it's there to aid you. Now, in this process, I always recommend keeping your malachite with you during that process, but I am not a fan of malachite jewelry. And I will tell you why. Although it's extremely beautiful and everything, malachite is extremely powerful. And although it is a protector, it's also a sponge. An energetic sponge is the best description for malachite. So given that, would you really want it being exposed to all of the energies out there in the world to see? And when you're exposing that, if someone else sees that and recognizes that, and then now you've involved a complete stranger's energy in with your energy, when you're just using it for yourself for healing and protection. And if you're using it for protection, great, but I strongly suggest putting it in your pocket. Please do not wear malachite jewelry. It's a very potent crystal that needs to be given just a little bit of reverence and respect. It's a little too out there in the world, and I feel like people aren't being using it in the proper channel. So thank you for being patient during my 2-minute spiel there. Let's get back to it. Malachite. I absolutely love it. It is the most beautiful and potent stone for transformation. If you feel like you are in need of a change in your life, or if you're about to be going through a change and you know that this change is coming, keep it close to you. It will help you so much in your transformation process. Just calming the energies, almost like keeping it with you, like that sponge type of thing. It takes the anxieties away, and it allows you to be able to almost enjoy the process that you'll be going through, depending on whatever that transformation is. So the malachite actually affects several chakra points. So of course, because of the beautiful green, it's just so beautiful. I can't stop staring at it because I have it in my hand right now. I just can't stop staring. It's so beautiful. The green obviously is going to be a heart chakra. And so if you're being called for clearing and healing, chances are it has something to do with your heart chakra, and that you need to open yourself up to maybe new possibilities because something is about to happen. And the more that you can open your heart chakra instead of close it, you can find different realms of possibility that you never thought was possible. The malachite also, because of its color rays and it's completely opaque, there's absolutely no translucency in the malachite because of its strong opaqueness. I guess I can't think of the word I'm thinking of, but the opaqueness of it, it 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 is in the liquid crystal, which is the card you're looking at right now is from the liquid crystal deck. It talks about how the yellow ray is the action point of the absorption of all the rays within the malachite. So this is more on the scientific realm of it. But the yellow ray, it has the strongest concentration, which is where most of the action is in this crystal. So it's a very action-oriented stone that causes you to kind of bring about things that wouldn't normally require it or need it. So I kind of like to think of it as, because I talked to you about it being the sponge, it kind of brings out, and this is mental, physical, or spiritual. This crystal handles all three. So this sponge that's coming out, it's absorbing everything, right? So think of it kind of like as your styptic pencil. If you're familiar with a styptic pencil, it is extremely painful, very sharp, stinging pain, like immediately when it touches like a wound or something. And then it dries it out completely, clears it out, and it brings everything to the surface. Okay, malachite is a perfect example of a sponge or a styptic pencil because it brings out what needs to be addressed. It basically is absorbing and bringing all of your toxicity to the surface. So let's say you're a heavy drinker and you have a lot of toxin buildup in your body and your liver, and you actually, if you don't ever do your liver cleansing or whatever, those can build up. You could actually put malachite right on your liver, your stomach area, and it will actually bring all of it to surface. Now, it could probably cause some nausea. It could probably, with anything, you're basically bringing all of that to the surface. So you kind of want to think of it in that form of healing aspect. So like swollen joints, like I get swollen hands a lot. So I'll put the malachite directly on my hands, and it basically is like, oh, you need healing here? I'm going to go ahead and absorb all of this and bring it all to the surface, which thus causes the clearing aspect. And this is how it is able to help us clear our subconscious and clear our toxic physical body, clear our spiritual mind and our spiritual heart, and clear our physical body to be able to receive the energy that we're really truly looking for. And that's where malachite really comes in to play, because it can help with your instincts. So since it's a time to take action and get all of this clearing out of the way so you can move forward, It will help you with your instincts in this, and this is why this stone can become so powerful at this point, because now that it's helped you with all of your clearing, it's not just the Band-Aid. Like the Band-Aid always kind of just clears it up and then you take it away and it's gone. This isn't it. This is like, okay, thanks for the healing, but now I'm really going to go scratch myself. And see what I'm saying? It's like you're ready to move forward in your next adventure and your next step forward. You have the courage to do all of that because you've kind of eliminated the toxicity from your heart and your spiritual soul and your aura and your physical body, and so it enables you to be able to take those next steps forward for the next transformative part of your life. And so that's why a lot of times they do call it the transformation stone, because it's such a huge aid in your ability to be able to clear everything. And when everything is clear, you don't even know how clogged you really were until you're cleared. And then once you have that clearing, it's phenomenal. One other thing I really want to mention here it's real important with the malachite. Malachite is very healing with the female physical body. It aids in all of the female issues that go with the body. It has a tremendous healing aspect on the ovaries, and it aids in childbirth. It aids in the reproductive system. It's just a very strong female oriented crystal, which is interesting because it actually is associated a lot with the chrysocolla, because it forms with the chrysocolla and azurite, and with the three of them forming together, I can see where the properties of the chrysocolla would be in kind of infused in the malachite, because the chrysocolla is such a strong feminine, divine feminine crystal that it brings in part of those properties into the malachite. So if you're interested, you can look at the chrysocolla card and get some more information on how that affects the fertility in the female part of the body. But for the malachite, it's great birthing aid if you're about to give birth, if you're trying to get pregnant, if you have menstrual issues, PMS issues, all of that. It's a great crystal to keep with you. Well, I am so happy for you if malachite is coming to your awareness today. It's obviously a transformational healing period for you, and I wish you much success in that. And I hope that you can just grab a piece of malachite, keep it with you as much as possible. One other thing I want to mention, a lot of people don't have this around water. You'll see bathtubs made out of malachite in sinks, and I don't know why they do that. So please just, don't keep your malachite out in public for everybody to admire. Keep it for your own healing source, and don't bring it in the water. I'm a huge hot springs fan. I never bring my malachite with me. It doesn't like water. It doesn't like to be around water. Do not use it in an elixir. Just keep it away from water. So I wish you much peace and love and very positive vibes on your transformation. Thank you. Peace and love.